6 at 10 p.m.
Now on News 6, extreme heat is here, and tomorrow is going to be even hotter. Meteorologist Jonathan Kegas breaks down what you can expect and why tomorrow will feel much worse.
They get scared and they leave or fear, that people might come here.
So you've had employees just quit?
Yeah.
Businesses owned by local Hispanic families say customers and even employees are living in fear over ICE raids. How they say the country's and the state's new approach to immigration has cut their business almost in half. Their job is to keep you safe, but some officers in DeLand say they don't always feel safe in their own police station, what they want to build to boost their own safety. But we start now at 10 tonight with big developments in the search for justice for Madeline Soto. You were among the first to see the story break if you were watching News 6 at 5 o'clock earlier this evening. The man accused of raping and murdering the 13-year-old is expected to change his plea. Good evening, I'm Ginger Gadsden. Matt Austin was on assignment today. Tuesday, lawyers were supposed to start picking a jury for the first of 2 trials for Stephen Stearns. But late today, News 6 investigator Mike DeForest learned Stearns' lawyers pushed for a plea hearing Monday afternoon.
Stephen Stearns has just filed this unexpected notice telling a judge he will be in court Monday afternoon to enter a new plea. Stearns previously pleaded not guilty to raping and murdering 13-year-old Madeline Soto, who was the daughter of Stearns' former girlfriend. The 39-year-old originally told detectives he had dropped the teen off at Hunters Creek Middle School, but she never made it to class. Authorities later found Soto's body in a wooded area near St. Cloud. Investigators say she had been strangled to death following years of sexual abuse by Stearns. Prosecutors announced they'd be seeking the death penalty for Stearns when he was scheduled to go on trial for murder later this year. But first, prosecutors were planning to try Stearns for sex crimes in a separate trial that is supposed to begin on Tuesday. Now, less than 24 hours before jury selection was to begin in that sexual battery case, Stearns has announced he'll be entering a new plea in both cases. Prosecutors and Stearns' public defender did not immediately tell us whether some sort of plea deal may have been reached, and if so, what the terms of such a plea deal would be. That new plea hearing is scheduled to take place Monday at 1:30. Mike DeForest, News 6.
Again, the Stephen Stearns plea hearing is set for 1:30 at the Osceola County Courthouse in downtown Kissimmee. I will be there along with Mike DeForest. News 6 will also stream the entire hearing live on clickorlando.com and our News 6 Plus Smart TV app. Then we'll have complete coverage live starting on News 6 at 4 o'clock. And a reminder, Mike DeForest has been on top of this Madeline Soto case since the first time she was reported missing. He has put together an in-depth series outlining this case. Justice for Maddie is what it's called. Not to mention the evidence prosecutors say is stacked against Stephen Stearns. And you can find a link to his in-depth series inside this story. You'll find it on clickorlando.com and the News 6 YouTube channel. Our other big story tonight, the extreme heat is here. Yes, this is even hot by Florida standards. Meteorologist Jonathan Kegas told us that this was coming. And Jonathan, how hot are we talking here?
Yeah, so that's the thing. Whenever you see a heat advisory issued across Florida, you know it's hot because we deal with this stuff on a day-to-day basis, but we are getting into it. And at this hour, we're still talking about air temperatures into the mid-80s. It feels more like the upper 90s in Kissimmee right now still. Just after 10 o'clock tonight, it feels like 93 degrees in Orlando. Now, tomorrow, we'll get right into it. 105 to 110, that's going to be your heat index again tomorrow and Sunday. This matters to you because with the heat index this high, that means there's more moisture in the atmosphere as well. It's going to be harder for your body to naturally cool itself whenever you sweat. So again, keep it easy. I know you guys know the drill whenever you're outside doing things to take it easy, but nonetheless, just make sure you're paying attention to your body this weekend. Couple of still lingering thunderstorms out there. It's going to be few and far between for the rest of tonight and the rest of the weekend. So Mother Nature not going to provide much relief from us or from the heat over the next couple of days. We'll talk about when rain chances go up to help cool us down a little bit, Ginger, coming up at about 10:17.
We will take what we can get. Thank you, Jonathan. Well, it's a sure thing. Nearly all of Central Florida will be under a heat advisory again tomorrow. When that happened this morning, Seminole County activated its extreme weather plan.
Opening up cooling centers, getting water to those cooling centers, working with our partners for homeless services.
Those cooling centers with misting fans and bottled water will remain open at county-run parks and libraries. At Animal Services, they're pumping in AC to keep pets cool. They say pet parents need to be prepared.
Try to walk them early in the morning if you have to be outside, or either late in the afternoon.
We had plenty of water and Gatorade and we were good. So now we're headed to the beach.
So that's the perfect place to be.
Yeah, it is.
We've got a battery-operated fan, plenty of water for my son.
Parents, come prepared.
I try to cover up, and the umbrella really helps. It cuts the temperature by about 15 degrees, actually.
Yeah, those are just some of the strategies baseball fans are trying. They're in town for a weekend tournament at the Boomba Sports Complex. That's in Sanford. If you or someone you know needs a cooling center, we've posted Seminole County's locations on clickorlando.com. As other counties open locations, we will update that story to include them. Also developing tonight, a possible consequence from the crackdown on people here in our country illegally. 2 weeks after Florida opened Alligator Alcatraz, the president's border czar wants more beds built nationwide.
We're looking to get 100,000 beds, and the more beds we get, the more bad guys we can take off the street.
Take the violent criminals away. These people are not violent criminals. Children are not violent criminals. UCF students are not violent criminals.
So that was News 6 anchor Matt Austin interviewing former state senator Linda Stewart. Matt reported this afternoon from the Mexican consulate in Orange County, where the head of the consulate and advocates spoke out against immigration raids by ICE, saying those raids are unfairly impacting people who have never committed a crime. The consulate also says the raids are harming Hispanic-owned businesses. So Orlando's community correspondent Mike Valente went inside one local restaurant to ask the owner just how the threat of raids is impacting their customers and staff.
Diplomatic reasons prevent ICE agents from conducting operations inside the Mexican consulate. But outside these doors, there's an air of vulnerability, says Consul Juan Sabinas.
They don't want to stay here anymore.
Why? Why is that?
Well, because the new politics and immigration law in Florida.
Sabinas and former Democratic State Senator Linda Stewart say the current climate surrounding immigration has had somewhat of a chilling effect in public. Stewart told News 6's Matt Austin she recently visited 38 Hispanic and Haitian businesses.
Out of those, how many are struggling right now?
All of them.
Every one of them?
Every single one.
That includes Tortilleria El Progreso.
It's really empty.
After we walked into her restaurant, Alicia E. Dublan told me a Friday night is not supposed to look like this. Her uncle owns the business, which also includes a market. She says anxiety over ICE has cost them about 40% of their business.
Even employees, actually, of course, they get scared and they leave of fear, you know, that people might come here.
So you've had employees just quit?
Yeah.
ICE agents have not gone inside Tortilleria, but Dublan says just the prospect of a raid keeps people away, even her parents.
It does scare me because my parents are illegal as well, you know, so I come from my family where they came to this country to, you know, give us something better, and for them to even be scared to step foot in here it's sad.
U.S. Border Czar Tom Homan has signaled that these operations are not slowing down. We reached out to ICE Friday to ask whether they're targeting Hispanic restaurants, but we have not yet heard back. I'm your Orlando community correspondent, Mike Valente, News 6.
A Brevard County judge must now decide whether a former deputy could face the death penalty for killing a 72-year-old woman in Titusville. Today, David Barber's lawyer argued his client was being set up for an unfair trial. In May, the state attorney's office released what it said were handwritten notes Barber made about how he planned to kill Jesse Kirk, a beloved local philanthropist. Prosecutors said the notes were made public due to public records law.
We're not putting any releases out there ourselves. We are simply responding to public records requests.
The heart of the matter is that you have evidence that is extremely prejudicial that the media gets from the state attorney's office.
The judge is expected to make a decision in writing on the death penalty issue at a later date. Tonight, DeLand police say their own police station is not a safe place to work. Volusia County's community correspondent Molly Reed was all over this story when she heard that and found out why the city is considering walling its police department off from the surrounding neighborhood.
DeLand's police station here is situated right in the downtown Main Street area, so there are residents and town goers walking around everywhere, and it gets busy. Now, right now, the public has full access almost basically to the police cruisers and the officers back here, putting them in a little bit of danger. They say that's why they want to build a tall gated wall to keep them and the public safe.
Police are taking people into custody here, and people are confronting them, coming up, ambushing them.
DeLand police say there has also been vandalism in the cruisers, and the extra security layer is overdue. The concerns really started picking up back in 2018 when someone shot up the police station's parking lot. Thankfully, no one was hit.
When you have a wall, you're able to keep people out, especially when some of our officers are going out on calls.
Which on the flip side can put pedestrians at risk walking through or around the department's parking lots.
That can sometimes hinder police officers from going out and getting to those calls when necessary. So a wall just is kind of that barrier to keep people out that don't obviously need to be in the area.
Right now, they're looking at an 8-foot wall with gates to help with that pedestrian safety access. The city commission here just approved this.
The commission was leaning toward something that was a little more aesthetically pleasing to fit in with the architecture of City Hall, the police station, and downtown DeLand.
Commissioner Richard Paiva says now it's on to the design phase.
Initially, it was estimated the wall was going to cost $100,000, and it was going to cost $30,000 each for 3 of the gates, which would have put that cost in around $300,000.
The total cost will depend on the design, which is still being worked on. A construction timeline has not been set just yet. I'm your DeLand, Volusia County Community Correspondent Molly Reed, News 6.
It is a story of survival that is spreading fast on social media. A Florida smoke shop worker dragged out of her job by a shoplifter. Deputies are sharing her story, saying she did just about everything right to escape the danger.
My parents had always taught me that whenever you're in any sort of danger, you always fight back.
New in minutes for the first time, she is now talking about what happened. And get this, she lost her job over this. Also easing the I-4 agony, in just a few hours, drivers will be able to try out new ramps for a new exit. But what happens right after they leave the interstate could cause confusion. We'll help you navigate it. You're watching News 6 at 10 on a Friday night, covering College Park, Daytona Beach Shores, and all of Central Florida. So hard to hear that. Now on News 6, new details and an absolutely incredible story of survival. That young woman screamed as she fought back and escaped a would-be kidnapper. Now, this happened June 29th in St. Johns County outside St. Augustine. 18-year-old Emma Marine was working at a smoke shop when she confronted a shoplifter. He put her in a chokehold, dragged her out of the store, and tried to force her into that stolen truck. She escaped with the help of a Good Samaritan. St. John's deputy shared her interview, saying she did just about everything right. Marine says her parents raised her to always fight back when there's danger.
I hope this can show other women and young females like myself that you can fight back and that it doesn't matter how small you are.
Maureen says when all of this unfolded, just a couple of minutes after the man walked in her store, he was arrested. Maureen says both she and her sister have now been fired from their jobs at the smoke shop, but she is proud of how she handled herself.
Never be quiet. Always fight back no matter what. Like, kick, scream, all of it. It will do justice.
She did all the right things. Another big story tonight could ease the I-4 agony in just a few hours. New exit ramps onto Daryl Carter Parkway will officially open to drivers. That's between SeaWorld and Disney. The ramps are a part of a larger project to keep traffic moving. But News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez shows us why part of that project can be confusing if you're not prepared.
This is the newest path around Central Florida. This interchange between SeaWorld and Disney is set to shorten the travel time of the hundreds of thousands of cars that pass through here every single year.
This is exit 70.
For the first time ever, you'll be able to go from I-4 directly to Daryl Carter Parkway. On Friday, the Florida Department of Transportation celebrated the opening of the new interchange.
3, 2, 1, go!
The change is part of the ongoing I-4 Beyond the Ultimate project, making the interchange into a diverging diamond and opening 3 new ramps connected to I-4. It's expected to reduce traffic at Apopka Vineland Road, Sand Lake Road, and Central Florida Parkway.
The new Daryl Carter interchange will serve International Drive and the communities of Dr. Phillips, Williamsburg, and Tangelo Park, as well as the Orange County Convention Center, nearby attractions, hospitals, and shopping areas.
The goal is to cut down travel times and reduce crashes by eliminating left turns across oncoming traffic.
The improvements are not only wanted, but they're needed. Our goals are to relieve congestion in this rapidly growing area, enhance safety, and give local residents and visitors new options to travel around Central Florida.
Driver Claire Glom has seen traffic get progressively worse in the area as the region has grown.
We just need more lanes to get people going and more options of traffic. So I think it's definitely helping.
But while the new pattern is designed to help, drivers will need to pay attention to what could be, for many, a new interchange.
Yeah, I could see people definitely getting confused by that, but I'm hoping that everyone just kind of figures it out.
The ramps will officially open to drivers on Saturday. Reporting in Orlando, Stephanie Rodriguez, News 6.
Well, tonight, the shark bite capital of the world is living up to its reputation. A teenage surf instructor was bitten on the foot by a shark while catching some waves today. It happened near North Beach Community Park in New Smyrna Beach. This is the 4th shark bite this year in Volusia County. The surfer was not seriously hurt, and we know that in part because of a young member of our News 6 family.
Basically, we were just surfing out there, probably to where that green flag is, so to the first or second sandbar in that area. The instructor starts walking in, and my brother said that he could hear people calling for the lifeguard, and everybody was like, Sam got his ankle hurt.
Yeah, so that was News 6 anchor Lisa Bell's oldest son, Henry, describing what happened today when he was attending surf camp. What a great report by Henry, because I understood exactly everything what went on. He was very descriptive and accurate and gave us a lot of information in a short period of time. We love those sound bites. Meteorologist Jonathan Kegas joins us now. And Jonathan, a lot of people might be heading to the beach to cool off this weekend.
It's a great place for it. I think it's going to be dry at the beaches this weekend. The heat going to surge. We need that breeze to come in off the Atlantic, and it will by the afternoon to help cool you off if you're sitting on the beach today. 83 degrees still at this hour in Sanford. We're talking about about 85 in Mount Dora right now, a steamy 86 in Groveland. And again, the very warm temperature still at 10 o'clock tonight, going to set the stage for this start tomorrow with temperatures back to the upper 70s. Rain chances still out there of 20% over the next couple of hours. That's mainly along into the southwest of I-4 tonight, but a very muggy start once again tomorrow. The heat brought to you by this guy here, this big chunk of high pressure going to sit on top of the state of Florida tomorrow. These promote air to sink. When air sinks, it dries out, it warms up. So it's basically putting Central Florida in an oven tomorrow and also helping to keep our rain chances very low, relatively speaking. As we move through Sunday and Monday, it tries to nudge away a little bit, but boy, we're still going to be under the grip of that for the next couple of days. Rain chances, if you're heading to the theme park tomorrow, they're low. It's just going to be really hot. Temperatures by 4 at 94 degrees. High temperatures at the theme parks going to be 96 degrees tomorrow. Area-wide, we're in the mid to upper 90s as well. Orlando at 97, Groveland at 96, 90 degrees in New Smyrna Beach. Melbourne, good afternoon, good evening. We're back to 91 degrees going forward. Couple of late night rumbles of thunder, mainly in Lake County. We have a couple of downpours around Ocoee and south of Popka, just to the north of the Orlando metro area, closing in on Pine Hills tonight. These will continue to fizzle out, and for the most part, getting into tomorrow, there's not much action happening to help cool us off in the afternoon. There we go. You saw the little flare up there. That's all I have for you in terms of those showers and thunderstorms. Again, great opportunity for the beach. Low tide. We'll find you in the morning at 9:25 in Daytona Beach, Ponce Inlet at 9:36. High tide comes your way as you get into the afternoon, about 4 o'clock area-wide tomorrow. Again, watch out for the rip current risk. New tonight, the 8 o'clock update from the Hurricane Center highlighted one of those tropical waves we were talking about earlier. Low shot for development. It's going to have to do battle with a lot of dust and a little bit of wind shear, but certainly a low opportunity for that to develop. We could keep our eye on that one. But again, thankfully, the Atlantic, it's not super conducive to supporting tropical systems just yet. 20% shot for storms tomorrow and Sunday, 40% chance for rain on Monday. It's really not until Tuesday we get some of the relief from our afternoon thunderstorms. Ginger.
All right, Jonathan, thank you. And stay with us. We will be right back.
Right inside Wesley Pharmaceuticals, one family is receiving a vacation of a lifetime thanks to Make-A-Wish of North and Central Florida, as well as partners here at the Wesley Pharmaceutical Foundation. I'm your Orange County community correspondent, Jana Manahalal, and I had the opportunity to meet this family and learn about their journey.
Trip is medically complex, which means since birth he has been hospitalized and surgeries and emergencies and, for his entire life.
18-year-old Trip Clunan and his family were gifted the wish of fishing in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, thanks to the partnership between Wesley Pharmaceuticals and Make-A-Wish Central and Northern Florida. His younger sister, Madison, shares what this means for Trip.
It just means a lot. It means the world to me to just see a smile on my brother's face for once. He's always frustrated, he's always upset, he's always sick, and it's just the week for him to be happy for once.
So he has congenital central hypoventilation syndrome, and that's called CCHS. It is extremely rare, which was the biggest problem when he was born because there were only 600 diagnosed cases in the world at the time.
But what does having this syndrome mean? Well, in simple terms, the body does not regulate breathing signals properly. So from the brain to the rest of the nervous system, breathing stops, and it can happen while you're sleeping. But this celebration is a rare chance for joy after years that have been defined by medical battles. The vacation out to Cabo was not only for Trip, but for his entire family, including his mom, dad, and younger sister. And that's because Trip's medical issues don't just impact him, they impact his entire family.
This trip is really their time to be a family together again, to have those memories, to have those experiences together, away from hospitals, away from treatment schedules, away from doctors, and just really spend that quality time together because they really much deserve it.
The party included fishing tips from Captain Tyler Wolcott and gifts for Trip.
And we're just so happy to be able to do something for another family.
So we always want to give back because of our family focus and because of our employees are very much that way too.
Trip and his family will spend a week in Cabo, Mexico, living his wish. In Orange County, your community correspondent, Jana Manahalal, News 6.
Hey, it's going to be a little toasty tomorrow. 97 for a high, really the next 3 days. It's going to feel more like 105 to 110. It's the humidity that gets you. Take care of yourself this weekend. You live in Florida, you know the drill, but this is just a little bit above what we're used to.
Just take it easy, everybody. Stay inside all weekend and watch News 6 streaming.
Down for that.
All right, you can find all of tonight's stories plus breaking news on News 6 Plus. We'll see you back here on air at 11.